Resident Evil Zero contains spoilers for Resident Evil 1. Hello and welcome. Today we are going to review Resident Evil Zero, the survival horror game developed by Capcom and originally released in 2002. However, in this review we are going to talk about the remastered version of the game that released on Steam in 2016. We will explore its main genres and give it a rating at the end, so stay tuned for that. Resident Evil Zero offers a mostly terrible gameplay experience with more frustrating elements than enjoyable ones. While it has its highlights, there are certain aspects that could be improved for a more engaging gameplay. The game's progression involves a combination of enemy encounters, exploration of the environment, and puzzle solving. At times, puzzle solving in Resident Evil Zero lacks the element of fun, but occasionally it does present well-designed challenges that can be satisfying to solve. One of the major drawbacks is the clunky aiming system. Aiming at enemies can be quite challenging, particularly when attempting headshots. The slow response time and difficulty in precision aim can be frustrating, hindering the overall fun and immersion in combat. Dealing with enemies becomes less enjoyable due to the challenging aiming mechanics, especially against formidable foes like the slimy monster. The difficulty in eliminating and evading such enemies often results in taking excessive damage, making encounters feel more like a tedious chore. The game's continuous introduction of new enemies and weapons as you progress is a positive aspect, but it becomes monotonous and loses its charm when the shooting mechanics lack enjoyment. In addition, enemies inflict substantial damage. However, you can effectively replenish your health through various means, such as using green herbs, first aid spray, or the potent combination of red herb and green herb, which grants the same healing as a first aid spray since a green herb alone provides limited recovery. Furthermore, the inclusion of a second character adds complexity to the gameplay, as players have to juggle between their abilities and ensure both characters survive. While this provides diversity in skills, it can be overwhelming and detract from the immersive experience, always having to be cautious about both characters' well-being. Interacting with objects and picking up items can be cumbersome, especially when multiple things are close together. This can lead to accidental interactions and the frustration of not getting the desired item promptly. The timed events and puzzles contribute to a tense atmosphere, but there are instances where the pressure of a timer may hinder players from enjoying the puzzle-solving process fully. For example, the timed puzzle in the train section might feel rushed, leaving players little room for strategic thinking. Additionally, leaving behind crucial items and having to backtrack to retrieve them disrupt the pacing of the game and can be an inconvenience, particularly when it involves essential tools like the hookshot. While some boss fights are enjoyable, others tend to become repetitive and uneventful, following a simple pattern of shooting and dodging without much variation. Resident Evil Zero introduces a variety of mechanics that also offer frustration with little enjoyment throughout the gameplay experience. One notable aspect that can be polarizing is a fixed screen feature. While some players may appreciate the classic approach to fixed camera angles, others find it limiting and inconvenient. The inability to see enemies or hazards on adjacent screens can lead to unexpected encounters and can be disheartening. Saving the game can be a source of frustration due to the requirement of using ink ribbons. This limited resource often leads to indecisiveness about when to save progress. Running out of ink ribbons can disrupt the flow of the game, forcing players to keep playing without the option to save, which can be tedious and tiresome when repeating sections after deaths. One major drawback is the inventory system, which restricts players to a limited number of items for each character. This limitation can lead to difficult decisions on what to carry, often leaving important items behind and necessitating backtracking, which can be time-consuming and interrupt the overall pace of the game. The slow and unskippable door opening scenes may add a sense of tension, but for many players they become repetitive and time-consuming, potentially reducing immersion and excitement during exploration. On a positive note, the inclusion of files and explanations scattered throughout the game provides an enjoyable aspect, enriching the story and enhancing the overall narrative experience. Additionally, featuring cutscenes is a welcome addition, as it allows players to witness crucial moments in the game and gain a deeper understanding of the unfolding story. Lastly, the ability to choose different difficulty levels before starting the game provides flexibility to players, but some may find the higher difficulty settings overly challenging to the point of being unenjoyable. Resident Evil Zero presents a captivating narrative that unfolds with intriguing twists and a well-constructed storyline. The game takes place in 1998 and begins with an Umbrella-owned train named the Ecliptic Express traversing the Arklay Mountains, where Umbrella conducts its virus research. A mysterious man's haunting melody releases leeches that transform the passengers into zombies. After that happens, a Bravo team known as STARS embarks on a mission to probe the murders and attacks occurring in the mountains. Their helicopter crashes, so this leads Rebecca Chambers, the team's medic, to investigate the train and encounter Billy Cohen, an escaped prisoner. Reluctantly, Rebecca teams up with him as they face the undead horrors together. As they journey through the train, they witness the chaotic state of the Ecliptic Express. Albert Wesker and William Birkin, Umbrella employees, desire to gain control of the train, but their men fall victim to the leeches. So Rebecca and Billy step in to halt the train's madness. Surviving the crash, the duo finds themselves at an Umbrella training facility, where Dr. James Marcus, an Umbrella co-founder, experimented with biological weapons on human test subjects. During that time, Umbrella's CEO, Oswald E. Spencer, schemed to pilfer Marcus's groundbreaking research on the progenitor antivirus. In the midst of their investigation, Rebecca learns about Billy's past, questioning his alleged crime of killing 23 people. He reveals that he was framed and made a scapegoat by refusing to carry out immoral orders. Wesker and Birkin devise a plan to destroy the facility, aiming to eliminate the mysterious man who turns out to be the Queen Leech, a creation of Marcus seeking vengeance against Umbrella for the demise of its creator. In a gripping climax, Rebecca and Billy engage in a heart-pounding showdown, employing strategic use of light and Billy's magnum gun to defeat the creature, ultimately escaping the facility just in time to avoid the impending self-destruct sequence. As they emerge outside, Rebecca decides to protect Billy's freedom by faking his death and releases him. She ventures towards the enigmatic mansion mentioned by her team, setting the stage for a promising continuation. The graphics of Resident Evil Zero deliver a satisfactory experience, considering its age and how it holds up against contemporary visuals. The game successfully creates a dark and eerie atmosphere, befitting of a survivor horror title, evoking a sense of fear and suspense. The design of the zombies and other creatures is praiseworthy, as they appear both fitting to the genre and genuinely frightening. The cutscenes in the game further enhance the visual appeal, solidifying the overall quality of the graphics. While the scenes may not meet modern standards, they do not significantly detract from the overall strong visuals. The character models are well animated, even when some actions lack the level of realism expected in more recent games. Undoubtedly, the graphics do not match the standards of today's cutting-edge visuals. However, if you were to play this game now, you would not be overly disappointed with the visual experience.
Resident Evil Zero. A Midwestern town in America, Raccoon City. A solitary island far off in the sea, Rockfort Island. An island that would become the second Raccoon City, Sheena Island.
The sound design in Resident Evil Zero is undoubtedly a standout aspect, contributing significantly to the overall enjoyment of the game. Throughout the gameplay, the sound effects effectively create a creepy and chilling atmosphere, immersing players in the horror genre. The current voice acting is commendable, as it enhances players' connection to the gripping narrative, immersing them further into the story.
Was the T-virus created? To uncover the truth, we must delve deeper into the events which transpired in the beginning, before the mansion incident.
A prime example of the exceptional sound design can be heard in the soundtrack that accompanies the introduction of the mysterious man singing atop the mountain. The spine-chilling scene is a testament to the game's ability to evoke fear and suspense through audio alone. As players explore different locations, the eerie silence, interrupted only by their own footsteps and the unsettling sounds of zombies and creatures lurking in the shadows, intensifies the fear factor. The mere sound of the zombie's growl is enough to instill trepidation, even before encountering the creature. Distinctive audio cues, such as the loud sound heralding the arrival of the slimy creature, prepare players for impending encounters, adding a layer of anticipation to the gameplay. The boss's sounds further contribute to the intense and suspenseful nature of the game. Each door entrance and ladder climb is accompanied by appropriate, minimalistic sounds, enhancing the sense of realism and immersion in the game world. The masterful sound design in Resident Evil 0 succeeds in creating a truly terrifying and atmospheric experience, making players feel fully engaged in a genuine horror game. When it comes to replayability, Resident Evil 0 offers limited options to keep players engaged. You can choose from easy, medium or hard difficulty levels, but increasing the challenge on harder settings often results in more frustration rather than an enjoyable experience. The Lich mode unfortunately falls short in providing meaningful new challenges to the training facility level, ultimately lacking enjoyment. The addition of Wesker mode, where you will play the story as antagonist Wesker alongside a controlled Rebecca, introduces new abilities to enhance gameplay. However, the repetitive nature of revisiting the same events with improved abilities can feel monotonous and detracts from the overall story coherence. While obtaining the achievements may introduce new challenges, the process can become tedious due to the game's lack of overall enjoyment. Replaying the game on its own doesn't hold much appeal, especially considering the frustrating gameplay mechanics that hinder the enjoyment in the first playthrough. On a positive note, the gallery section in the extras menu offers a chance to rewatch all the cutscenes, which remain one of the game's strong points. Exploring the story through cutscenes can be more rewarding than playing the actual gameplay. Resident Evil 0 presents an intriguing and atmospheric survival horror experience that delivers a mix of both highs and lows. Its strengths lie in its compelling narrative delivery, drawing players into a sinister world of mystery and conspiracy within the confines of the Umbrella Corporation. The captivating atmosphere and effective sound design further enhance the experience, immersing players in a chilling and suspenseful environment. While it may not appeal to all players due to its dated gameplay mechanics and limited replayability, those seeking a nostalgic and chilling experience will find themselves engrossed in the twisted world of Resident Evil 0. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more review videos and comment on what game you need to be reviewed next.